Hey, Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. Since May 2nd up through the present, there's been a lot of 67 coding. And this number is of much importance. It's also very special to women and females. For example, March 8th, the 67th day of the year, is International Women's Day. And in Jewish gematria, the word female is 67. I did a video post showing how I predicted that the baby's name would be Charlotte, and that was very much connected to the number 67. We'll get into all this. We're going to go through quite a bit here, so have your listening ears on. Here is an article from Time magazine from April 3rd of this year. April 3rd is the 93rd day of the year. The number of Thelema, the number of do what thou wilt. With regards to Hillary Clinton, it was the year 93 that she stepped into the White House. So this article coming on the 93rd day of the year from Time magazine says Hillary Clinton is the perfect age to be president. Recall that time in simple English gematria sums to 47. The word president with Pythagorean gematria sums to 47. So Time magazine, they might very well know what the perfect age is to be a president. The name Hillary Clinton with Pythagorean gematria sums to 73 like the word perfect, and they said she's at the perfect age to be running for president. Her full name is Hillary Diane Rodham Clinton. A lot of people leave out the Diane. They don't realize she has a 4-part name. Her initials in simple English gematria sum to 33, matching the name Clinton. So Time magazine says Hillary is the perfect age right now at 67. Again, I just want to point out that Hillary took over the White House in 93, replacing Barbara Bush as First Lady. It's rumored that Barbara Bush and Hillary Clinton are related to the crown by blood. I want to point out that Barbara Bush is also said to be related to Aleister Crowley. The name Barbara Bush sums to 93 in simple English gematria. Aleister Crowley was very much obsessed with the number 93. He wrote about Thelema, saying that 93 was the number of Thelema. He wrote the book called Moonchild. Moonchild has a gematria of 93. Barbara Bush in Pythagorean gematria sums to 39, the flip of 93. And her life number, being born June 8th, 25, is a life number of 39. Aleister Crowley was 49 when Barbara Bush was born. So, recall, just these numbers, first ladies, Hillary Clinton stepped in 93. Barbara Bush's last year in the White House. So with regards to this number 67, Truth Seeker, I went back and I just wanted to look at Hillary Clinton and see what other kind of connection she had to the number. It turns out that it was June 7th, 6/7, 2008, that she stepped down to Barack Obama. And what I was saying at this point in time, I also had a written blog then, a different one. I was saying that Obama is even before this, I was saying Obama is obviously going to be the next president. I predicted Obama would be the president in 2004 after the Democratic keynote address, by the way, Truth Seeker. How did I do that? Because the mainstream media right away started saying, could this be the first black president, after he gave this completely awful speech about how the American public needed to march forward and not look at the atrocities that had happened between 2000 and 2004. You know, a speech for idiots. But the media said, oh, wow, what a great, refreshing message. Look ahead, don't worry about the past, water under the bridge. That's called escaping accountability. No one's ever been held accountable for all the things that went down in that period of time, or the period of time before it. Anyhow, Hillary stepped down on June 7th, 6/7. Obama became the president. I can almost assure you Hillary is going to be the next president. Again, March 8th, 67th day of the year is International Women's Day. So, with regards to more recent history, yesterday We got this headline that in the UK, the youngest person was elected to their equivalent of Congress since the year 1667. A 20-year-old woman named Mhairi Black, which has a gematria of 87, just like the name Clinton. It almost makes you have to wonder. With regards to the name Clinton, a lot of people don't realize that Bill Clinton was born Bill Blythe. His biological father was William Blythe. Bill Clinton's biological father was found dead on the side of the road on a business trip between Chicago and Hope, Arkansas, his hometown. Dead, drowned in 3 feet of water on the side of the road. The police did a report and said there was nothing suspicious. It wasn't ruled a murder, so me using the word murdered is technically not official. But isn't it obvious? Found dead on the side of the road and drowned in 3 feet of water on a business trip? Nothing suspicious? Look at the numerology of this date, May 17th, 1946. 5 plus 17 plus 19 plus 46 equals 87, like the name Clinton. Do it single digit for digit. It sums to 33, like Clinton with Pythagorean gematria. Bill Clinton's mother, well, Bill Blythe at the time, would go on to marry a Clinton, and Bill himself would take on the name Clinton just before he went off to college, where he was attending with George W. Bush, the president just after him. Him and George W. Bush are about the same age. But the numbers behind the name Clinton are quite important. Clintons are the original governors of New York. New York in simple English gematria sums to 111. The name William Jefferson Clinton sums to 111 in Pythagorean gematria. He was the 42nd president. NYC, New York City, has a gematria of 42. N plus Y plus C. There she is, the 20-year-old. They made the big emphasis since 1667. All signs of things to come, truth seeker. Here's a recent article on Hillary making the point that she hasn't driven since the year 96. I think they just want to put that number 96 out there, like Freemason. Freemason equals 96. It's the Masons who are behind all this numerological coding. So with regards to first female presidents or prime ministers, think about Margaret Thatcher of the UK. If Hillary becomes president, she will be the first female president in the United States. The UK and the United States have many numerological connections. It is very obvious that they're one and the same, from their colors of their flags to the dates of all the major events between them. But let's take a peek at Margaret Thatcher real quick. Both the names Margaret and Thatcher sum to 38 with Pythagorean gematria, meaning her name sums to 76, the reflection of 67. The word master has a simple English gematria of 76. Margaret Thatcher was born October 13th, 1925. This is a date with 67 numerology. What do you know? Born on a date with 67 connections, given a name that sums to 76. If Hillary becomes the next president, and there's no presidents between Barack and Hillary, she will be the 45th president. Bill was the 42nd. She would be the 45th. 42 plus 45 sums to 87, like the name Clinton. Margaret Thatcher died on April 8th, 2013, this date with 45 connections. Maybe just a coincidence, maybe not. Margaret Thatcher was also known as Maggie. Common nickname, Maggie's a name with 33 gematria, just like Clinton with Pythagorean. And Margaret Thatcher, her legacy is known as Thatcherism, which has a Pythagorean gematria of 52. I just want to point out that on May 2nd of this year, everything that happened on that day had 67 connections. The baby Charlotte, the horse winner for the Kentucky Derby, Pharaoh, American Pharaoh. Pharaoh is a 67 word. And then, of course, there was the boxing match in the MGM. MGM has Jewish gematria of 67. Everything about that fight was coded with 67. Mayweather hit Pacquiao 67 times in the head. He hit Pacquiao 67 more times than Pacquiao hit him. The name Manny equals 67. He has a 67-inch reach. And again, the fight was in MGM, which has a Jewish gematria of 67. M is 30 in Jewish gematria. M plus M, 60 plus G, 7 more, 67. On the date Margaret Thatcher died, they wrote this article talking about her and Hillary, projecting how Hillary very well might be the first female president of the United States, referencing the year 93, the year Hillary proposed Hillary Care. Remember that? The Hillary Care days. With regards to bloodlines, you can read about presidential bloodlines. When Barack Obama became president, it was noted how many previous presidents he was related to. They said he was even related to George Bush and Dick Cheney. Go read it. NBC, CBS, they all posted these articles. The bloodlines in the presidencies is a very real thing. Might also be true of the woman. Here's some information somebody sent me. Hillary Rodham Clinton and Barbara Pierce Bush are both 8th great-granddaughters of Robert Lovering, born September 6th, notice 9-6, like Freemason, in Boston, Massachusetts. Massachusetts is one of 33 states where the Kennedys hail from. Kennedy's one of these 33 named gematrias. Robert Lovering is the 4th great-grandson of Margaret de Clare, who was born 1281 in Tomanconot, Clare, Ireland. Margaret de Clare is also the 8th great-granddaughter of Queen Elizabeth II. Margaret de Clare is direct originator of a bloodline that includes Hillary Rodham Clinton, George W. Bush, and Queen Elizabeth II. You know, if anyone can confirm this or disprove it, my ears are open. I got this research from somebody else. But I suspect that it's all true because, I mean, this is how it's been all through history. Wouldn't be any surprise. It would just be more of the same. Also, Truth Seeker, I want to go back in time. There was the meeting. This was just days before Hillary resigned. It didn't happen on June 9th. This article was written then. It happened on June 5th, 2 days before Hillary resigned. On this date, Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton snuck off to the Bilderberg meeting that was happening in Virginia. They duped the reporters. They had the reporters go to a different area where they thought they were going to be. They never showed up. It came out days later. They'd disappeared off to this Bilderberg meeting. And what do you think happened that day, Truth Seeker? These people were told their future. Obama was told he would be president. Hillary was probably told she would be president next. Also notice that the date June 5th, here we write it 6-5 in the United States. In the UK, they'd write it 5-6. The word president has a gematria of 56 with the S exception. On June 5th, these two were probably told when and where they would be president. I don't know how people don't see through this big charade. It's just so sick, you know? With regards to Hillary, she's been accused of being a liar. Well, I shouldn't say accused. She's shown that she's a liar. She said on March 17th, 2008 in Bosnia, she unloaded from a plane and had to run off covering her head to avoid sniper fire. Since then, the video was released of her calmly walking off the plane. No panic, nothing. Just a completely fabricated story. And since then, she's come out and said she made a mistake in her speech. But Truth Seeker, I mean, just think about it. How do you make a mistake by totally fantasizing a situation? You know, if anybody found that I was completely making up stuff, and then I just backtracked by saying, oh, I was just mistaken, people wouldn't buy that. They would discredit me. And people should do the exact same thing for these celebrities. But the problem is that when they're lied to through the TV and the radio, for whatever reason, they just buy the lies. They start telling themselves things like, oh, well, this media person, they wouldn't lie too. You know? Everyone's so forgiving of the most lying sources of all. Part of the sickness. Part of the magical spell over us all. I also want to point out that Mike Huckabee just made his announcement. This guy hails from the same town as Bill Clinton. They're both from Hope, Arkansas. Mike Huckabee was the 44th governor of Arkansas. Hope is a 44 word. Remember the 44th President Obama ran on the word hope. Simple English gematria of 44. Just like kill. Also, Mike Huckabee, born August 24th, 55. This is a date with 87 numerology, connecting him to the Clintons. So we'll see. We'll see how Mike Huckabee fits into it all. If I had to guess who the final Republican running for office will be, might very well be Jeb Bush. We'll see. He's got some connections too. There was this article earlier this year, March 10th, 2015, saying Hillary Clinton holds 33-point lead over Joe Biden. Are there lurking shadows? Remember, the name Clinton equals 33 in gematria. I also want to point out that March 10th, the date of this article, is the 69th day of the year. If Hillary does become president, she will be 69 years old when she takes office, January 2017. So turn 69 the October before, just before Election Day. Also, we got this article late in December. George Bush picks Jeb over sister-in-law Hillary. So George W. Bush, the 43rd president, sees a Jeb Bush versus Hillary Clinton presidency as well, and he thinks his brother will win. What's interesting about Jeb is it has gematria of 17, and the next president will take office in the year 2017. Also, the pattern has been Bush, Democrat, Bush, Democrat. So logically, if the pattern continues, it very well could be Jeb Bush who's the next president. That said, if I had to bet money, I think Hillary would beat Jeb. There's a lot of people out there that want a woman president. Back in 2008, I went into a caucus room in Washington State. Went to the Democratic caucus. I wanted to vote for Kucinich for the Democratic Party, make him the nominee. But I went into a room that had 120-some people. 80-some of those people were in the Barack Obama corner. 40-some of those people were in the Hillary Clinton corner. One person was in the John Edwards corner, and one person was in the Kucinich corner. And I was just astounded by how stupid people were. Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton are very obvious Manchurian candidates that are just here to carry forward an agenda. And people who can't see that, the reason they can't see that is because they are completely blind to what's happening in this world and can't pick up on a hint. It's sad stuff. So we'll see about all that, Jeb and Hillary. What I want to close out here with, though, is I have this video loaded up. If you watch the first 9 minutes up to this point, it's showing Barack Obama doing this routine thing at his speeches where somebody faints in the audience, and then he has a bottle of water ready for him to go. You can just tell what an orchestrated event is. It also showed Rick Santorum in this video. He went just prior Rick Santorum. So we've seen Obama, Santorum. Now we're going to finish with Hillary and Bill. True Seeker, if you've never seen this, this is a real treat. Our politicians literally have people in the audience who are there as actors so they can carry out these scripted events. In this case, Hillary's getting a question on health care. And when she gets the question, somebody faints in the audience, which somehow she tunes into right away. Just check this out. You can see how stage managed these people are. Our leaders are actors, phonies, and only fools fall for it. Here we go.
Social Security whenever I retire. I keep hearing...
there's somebody pass out? Can we get some water? Here.
Yeah. True Seeker, again, what you didn't see is 9 minutes before is this skit over and over and over with Obama, Rick Santorum. There's others. Here we go.
Is there a doctor or a paramedic or a nurse?
Look at this sign in the background. I am Clinton. Remember, I is 9, A is 1, M is 13, so 9113. This number that they love to code. With regards to the Clintons, there was the 93 World Trade Center bombing that came exactly 3,119 days before the September 11th, 2001 attacks. Remember, the name Clinton traces back to New York? That phrase, I am, is within that same number, that same span of days. I am Clinton. All this stuff's so coded.
Here, just pass that in case that's needed.
We got plenty of money to put this country to work. We need a doctor here. This lady fainted in the heat. Let's give her some water. It's hot out here. Is there a doctor here? All right, we got a doctor. There's nothing the rest of you can do, so pay attention to me. You'll just get in the way. She'll be fine. Believe me, at my age, it's rarely does a lady faint on me.
Retire. I keep
Oh,
hearing.
there's somebody pass out? Can we get some water? Here.
Retire.
Oh, and just for good measure, True
there's
Seeker,
some-
let's go back and watch Obama, too. See what it's all about.
Looks like somebody might have fainted up here. If we got some of the EMS, somebody. Don't worry about. Folks do this all the time in my meetings. I mean, you always got to eat before you stand for a long time. That's a little tip, but they'll be okay. Just make sure that give them a little room. Everybody all right down there? You want to make sure everybody's okay. We need some help. You all right? We need some water here. And if we got an EMT, somebody just feeling a little faint. They've been standing up a little too long. And if somebody has some fruit juice in their back pocket, that would be helpful. There you go. There's just somebody who fainted down there. They'll be all right. Just give them a little room. If we got an EMT, somebody help out right here. Just get them some water. They'll be okay. They'll be fine. Just give them a little space. If you lost your job right now, and after the Cobra ran out, looks like we got somebody who might have fainted down there, so we've got a medic. No, hold on. I'm talking about there's somebody who might have fainted right down here. So if we can get a medic just back here, they're probably okay. Just give her or him some space. 15,000. Looks like somebody might have fainted up here. If we got some of the EMS, somebody.
All right, True Seeker, you get the point. The reason they have to do this, though, is to make themselves look, more favorable. They look like miniature heroes. Plus, whenever our elected leaders are talking to us, all they're doing is shoveling us shit. So to have an interruption, to have a distraction, it's more effective than the words they're actually telling us. I mean, who can recall the last time an elected official said something you even wanted to hear? I don't think I've heard it in my lifetime. It's a whole history by the numbers, Truth Seeker. One more point on women. Let's see. Do you know which Congress gave women the right to vote? Do you know which one it was, Truth Seeker? It was the 66th Congress who gave women the right to vote. We've been talking a lot about the number 67. The number 66 connects to women as well. The word woman itself sums to 66, and it was the 66th Congress. Probably just as easily could have been the 67th, but as we see all through history, everything's done by the numbers. So just wanted to make these observations, Truth Seeker. Share with you what I'm seeing about Hillary Clinton from the day she resigned against Obama to what's coming now for her in the future. I am quite certain we will see Hillary Clinton as the next president of the United States, assuming there's not a president who serves a shorter period of time because anything might happen to the current 44th president. All right, until next time.